Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dive into the top 10 most frequently asked questions about civil lawsuits in Singapore. Whether you're thinking of starting a lawsuit or just curious about the process, I've got you covered. Question number 1. What is a civil lawsuit? A civil lawsuit is a legal dispute between two or more parties where one party seeks compensation or another remedy from another party. Unlike criminal cases, civil lawsuits deal with personal or business disputes, such as contract breaches, property disputes, or claims for damages. Question number 2. What are the main types of civil lawsuits in Singapore? Civil lawsuits can cover a wide range of issues, but the most common types include contractual disputes such as breach of contract. Civil lawsuits can also include property disputes such as ownership issues. They could also include tort claims such as negligence or defamation. It could also include family law matters such as divorce or child custody. And employment disputes such as wrongful dismissal would also be considered civil lawsuits. Question number 3. How do I start a civil lawsuit in Singapore? To initiate a civil lawsuit, you need to file a document called an originating claim together with a statement of claim. The originating claim used to be called a writ of summons. That's before the 2021 changes to the rules of court. So you have to file the originating claim and the statement of claim with the appropriate court. This document outlines the facts of the case and what you are seeking. It is essential to choose the right court based on the amount you are claiming. For example, cases under 60,000 Singapore dollars go to the magistrate's court, while claims between $60,000 and $250,000 go to the district court. Any claim above $250,000 goes to the High Court. Question 4. How long do civil lawsuits typically take in Singapore? It depends on the complexity of the case. Simple cases may take several months, while more complex ones can drag on for years. However, most civil cases in the state courts are resolved within 18 to 24 months, either through settlement or trial. Approximately 95% of lawsuits get settled out of court and usually at the mediation stage. Question 5. What are the costs involved in a civil lawsuit? The costs of a civil lawsuit include court filing fees, legal fees of course, and other administrative costs. Fees vary depending on the court and the nature of the case. Legal fees can also vary depending on the lawyer's experience and the complexity of the case. Keep in mind that if you win, the court may order the losing party to cover some of your legal costs. Question 6. Can I represent myself in a civil lawsuit? Yes, you have the right to represent yourself in civil court without a lawyer. But unless you want to spend several weeks at the library and keep getting your documents thrown out by the judge, it is generally advisable to hire a lawyer, especially if the case is complex. Lawyers can provide you with expert advice, help you gather evidence, and represent your best interests in court. Question 7. What happens if I lose a civil lawsuit? Well, if you lose the case, the court may order you to pay damages to the winning party and cover part of their legal costs. However, you may have the option to appeal the decision if you believe that there were errors in the trial process or in the judgment. Question 8. Can civil lawsuits be settled out of court? Absolutely. As I said earlier, approximately 95% of civil lawsuits in Singapore are resolved through mediation or negotiation before reaching trial. Settling out of court can save time, money, and the stress of a lengthy legal process. In fact, the courts often encourage parties to attend mediation before going to trial. Question 9. What is the role of evidence in a civil lawsuit? Evidence is crucial in a civil lawsuit. You will need to provide documents, witness testimonies, or expert reports to support your case. The court will evaluate the evidence from both sides before making a judgment. Remember, in civil cases, the standard of proof is on the balance of probabilities, meaning your version of the facts must be more likely than not. Question number 10. Can I appeal a civil court decision? Yes, you can appeal a civil court decision if you believe that the judge made an error. Appeals must generally be filed within 14 days of the judgment, and the appeal will be heard in a higher court. Keep in mind that not all appeals are granted, and they can be costly and time-consuming. So that wraps up our top 10 most frequently asked questions about civil lawsuits in Singapore. If you are considering filing a lawsuit, I highly recommend you do not because it's a waste of time and money, and the only people who win are lawyers. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more legal insights. See you next time. Thank you for watching.